Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It was a cold, gray morning when James stood in front of his apartment building, staring out at the busy city streets. He had lived in this city for years, always taking the same route to work, eating at the same restaurants, and spending his weekends exactly the same way. His routine was predictable, safe, and comfortable. Yet, deep down, James couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. The excitement of new possibilities, the rush of achievement, the satisfaction of overcoming a real challenge. It all felt out of reach. James wasn't unhappy, but he wasn't truly alive either. He had a decent job, a reliable income, and a steady rhythm to his life. But that was just it. His life had become a rhythm, a constant loop of sameness. He had dreams, big dreams, but they felt distant. Every time he thought about taking a step towards something greater, something different, fear crept in. What if it didn't work out? What if it was too late? What if he failed? The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. James had heard this quote many times before, but today something shifted. As he watched people around him go after what they wanted, chasing their passions and taking risks, James felt something stir inside him, a realization. He was stuck in his comfort zone, and it was keeping him from the life he truly desired. For years, James had convinced himself that stability was the key to happiness. After all, wasn't that what society taught? Work hard, stay steady, and things will fall into place. But now, as he watched others take leaps of faith, he wondered if stability had just become his prison. The comfort zone wasn't just about physical comfort. It was a mental and emotional space, too. It was easy to stay where things felt safe, predictable, and familiar. But that safety came at a cost. James had stopped growing. He had allowed himself to get comfortable with mediocrity, to settle for a life that wasn't what he truly wanted. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. James knew that he had been avoiding the discomfort of change, believing it was easier to stay where things felt familiar. But today he was ready to challenge that belief. He was tired of watching life pass him by. He realized that every dream, every ambition had to be faced with discomfort and uncertainty. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It was easy to sit back and think about all the possibilities. But dreaming didn't change anything. Action did. And so James made a decision. Today, he was going to break free. James's journey wasn't about taking a huge leap all at once. It was about small steps. The first step was simple. He enrolled in a public speaking course. James had always wanted to be a better communicator, to speak confidently in front of others, but he had always found an excuse not to. Now, he realized that this was the perfect opportunity to push himself out of his comfort zone. For the first time in years, he was going to do something he feared. At the beginning of the course, James felt completely out of place. His palms were sweaty, his heart raced, and his mind was full of doubts. He wasn't perfect, far from it. He stuttered, fumbled through his notes, and struggled to find the right words. But with each small attempt, he got better. He learned to embrace the discomfort, and in doing so, he realized how much potential he had been hiding. The best way to predict the future is to create it. James began to see that the discomfort wasn't a sign of failure. It was a sign of growth, of moving forward. He didn't need to have it all figured out. The important thing was that he was trying. And that small decision, pushing himself to step outside of his comfort zone, opened doors to new experiences, new possibilities, and a new version of himself. As the weeks went on, James started to notice changes. He felt more confident, more alive, more capable. The fear he had once felt was now being replaced with excitement. He realized that his comfort zone wasn't providing him with the security he had once thought it would. It was only holding him back. And as he pushed past his fears and tried new things, he was becoming the person he always wanted to be. James's experience wasn't unique. Many people face the same internal struggle. We all have dreams, things we want to do, places we want to go, lives we want to create. But often, fear holds us back. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But the truth is, fear is just a signal that we are pushing ourselves into new territory. It's the discomfort that comes with change, and it's a necessary part of growth. You cannot evolve while staying within the confines of the comfort zone. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. James's journey teaches us that the comfort zone is a trap. It feels safe, but it keeps us stagnant. Every time we stay in the comfortable, predictable space, we are choosing mediocrity over potential. But when we step outside of that zone, when we face our fears and take bold action, we start to uncover our true capabilities. We start to grow. In life, there are always going to be reasons to stay comfortable, reasons to stick with what's easy. But James's story reminds us that greatness is found in the discomfort. The road to success is not easy, but it is worth it. It's about making that first step even when you're scared. It's about choosing to grow instead of choosing to stay stuck. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you're feeling stuck right now, remember that you are 3 feet from gold. Just a small step outside your comfort zone might be the very thing that transforms your life. Every new challenge, every discomfort is an opportunity for growth. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. James's life wasn't transformed overnight, but each day he spent outside of his comfort zone became a small victory. He no longer feared the unknown, he welcomed it. He became someone who embraced change instead of running from it. And that simple shift, choosing to step forward, changed everything. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. It's time to stop living for the weekends, stop living for the safe choices. Step out of the comfort zone, even just for one day. Take that first step. Start small. Make the decision to grow. The life you dream of is waiting for you outside of that zone.